you check the children?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Bienvenidos, Fright fans, and welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Jaime Fuego.
And I'm Marcia Parker, and today we get to have the amazing privilege, thank you, Heather Smith, for reviewing
You've tortured us so much already.
Two-Headed Shark Attack.
And you know there's also three-headed shark, there's five-headed shark, six-headed shark, all
I'm
that
sure
shit.
it's on the way. I'm sure it's on the way.
I know three-headed already is. So.
Yeah. So
Anywho.
yeah, this was interesting.
What was it that you described it as in the group thread, which was incredibly amusing?
This was a fine piece of cinema, for sure.
It's very well aware, in my estimation, of how stupid it is, though. And ironically enough, this predated Sharknado. This came out before Sharknado, but it's the same people who also made those films.
Okay.
Which
so
Heather also subjected us to.
Like they put the toes in the water, see if anything bit.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I guess, yeah. No, well, in this case, that makes total sense, yeah. But, my God, you've got such a silly cast of people. You've got Carmen Electra, for whatever reason, who spends a few moments of the movie. That's Carmen Electra. And,
the wife?
No, the other one. The tanned one who was just sunbathing randomly throughout the movie for whatever goddamn reason.
Yeah, the wife.
Was that the wife?
Yeah.
I thought the wife was the blonde.
No.
Oh, no, that was the co-captain. Yeah. It's been a minute since I've watched this.
I was wondering. Okay, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, sidebar.
Yeah.
But
Carmen Electra, is 90s model who some may remember. Yeah, she's just sunbathing, chilling, This should have been the two-boobed shark attack or something, because it's boobs galore in this friggin' movie, man.
Yeah, if you're 13, go for it.
Yeah, and did this not feel like it was written by a 13-year-old?
But listen, I could not place Carmen Electra at all, but I was like, every time she was on screen, she was posing like she was on a Sports Illustrated cover. Mm-hmm. Like, everything. Like from her being on the side of the boat, for her walking to anywhere, she was constantly flipping her hair and getting into the right pose. And I'm like, is this a model that's trying to get her feet wet into acting? And it's Carmen.
That's why I won't forget Carmen Electra from being a kid in the 90s, Red-Blooded Boy and all that silliness. But
forgot about her. Anyway.
But then you also have Hulk Hogan's daughter in this goddamn movie, and she's pretty awful too. Brooke Hogan, the blonde. The blonde with the boobs, who is because there's many of them. The one who
the mechanic,
the mechanic who had the kind of our final girl, I suppose, and the fact that she had the tussle with the shark and was like scarred me forever, and then she's talking to the guy she keeps calling a brainiac, like. They make fun of nerds in this. There is the shit-talking black chick. There is, every stereotype imaginable.
Literally, all in one boat.
Dude, the guy, lifting the tiny 5-pound dumbbells, and he's supposed to be, the stud muffin shithead. This movie was deliberately trying to be bad, Heather, and that's why I know you're subjecting me and Marcia to this, and... I'm okay with it, honestly.
It's fine.
It
did have its moments.
I laughed at the stupidity.
Yeah, it had its moments. Definitely no logic is applied anywhere in this movie. Towards the end, some, I'm not gonna give up too much, but there was
There's so much to give up. I mean, goddamn.
Everybody was going in different directions, and the earth quaked, and then all of a sudden, oh, we can't follow you. When there was a clear path to following the group, there was no reason to split off and splinter to different areas, and yet they still do. Which ends up no good for them. Sure,
yeah, and so I mean, if we're gonna,
none of this makes sense.
None of the movie made sense, and just to give the scantest bit about the story,
we haven't even talked about the story.
Yeah, because there pretty much is no story. You've got Jerry O'Connell's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, who I've seen in very little, but apparently he's in this. And
one.
He's like a science instructor, and you've got all of these college students with him on this abroad sort of trip, and the kids are like,
bikinis.
I thought that I was going to be drinking margaritas and hanging out by the beach. This is dumb. And
during a college course class, yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and so there is an issue with the boat, and it's not sinking; it's taking on water, as he says at one particular point. Yeah, there is a difference. And
but
so
everybody has to get off the boat.
So they go to this tiny little island, and there's a two-headed shark that's been eating people in the vicinity. We get the intro shot with the two skiing chicks, the jet skiing chicks, and the two heads get to eat both of them. So this was broadcast on the Sci-Fi Channel, albeit minus the boobs, which there is an abundance of in this movie, and the stupid, like, aborted three-way bullshit in the movie, which is so fucking funny. And it's just, the entire movie, man, is just so... I definitely feel like it's aware of its stupidity, though. Especially upon the second watch, because I watched this a few weeks ago, and then I rewatched it last night when I saw that you had said you were going to watch it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I need a refresher so that I can properly make fun of this. Like, there's a point where this girl is like, when they see the island, she's like, civilization! And she, like, screams it out, and I'm just like...
And they didn't even see the actual, like, building structures at that point.
She just saw an island.
Well, they cut to, like, a lean-to of, like, just sticks and, like, maybe, like, a forgotten, like, blanket or something. And she's like, civilization. And they're, like, still... at least 3 or 4 miles from shore. You can't see that. Yeah. And anyway, it's just like, what? Why?
And there's another bit of dialogue that I don't have my phone with me, but I put it down when I was rewatching it last night because it made me laugh so hard at its utter stupidity, and it epitomizes everything about this movie. It's where the girl is like, two-headed shark, that's twice as many teeth, and you're like facepalm sort of shit. You're like... Great. That sums up this movie in a lot of ways, Heather. So thank you for subjecting me and Marcia to it.
My favorite was the science part of it. There was so much science words being said. Yeah. So many science words that were not made up at all.
And Hulk Hogan's daughter keeps calling him, hey, you're a brainiac. Like, can't you figure this out? And he's just like, well, the blah, 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 and the rhythmic blah, blah of the yada, yada, yada. And you're just like, okay. The people who wrote this had no idea what they were talking about, and they just wanted
words.
They just wanted a wormy character. And I was watching this with Catherine, and she was like, "Why is this guy actually trying to act in this and be serious when everybody else is being very stupid?" And I was just like,
"That's part of the fun of it." Yeah,
exactly.
That's the point.
There's one character that's playing it straight, and everybody else is in on the joke, so to speak. But Heather Smith, you duped us. We are in on the joke. I think. I mean, the shark kills were okay. I mean, they weren't terrible.
Oh my gosh, the graphics! Are you kidding me? Like when the
CGI was awful.
There was a point where it was like definitely I could picture the guys in the post production like high-fiving themselves after like this two-headed shark grabbed onto, I won't say who it is, but grabbed onto a character and ripped them in half. Mm-hmm. And it was 100% like 1993 like Barbie underwater CGI. Like,
despite the fact that this came out in like the late 2000s. I mean, come on.
Bad. Yeah. And I was like, wow, someone just got a high five for that.
Yeah, and it was very much like this broadcast on the Sci-Fi Channel. So that just says everything about the quality. But then again, Sharknado did
It's all about the story, right?
In this case, I mean, it's all about the boobs, I suppose.
It was about the boobs.
Yeah,
it definitely
very,
was about
very
the
much so. A lot of mammary glands. Anyway, I was still amused by the stupidity and the fact that I kind of, especially on a second viewing, was in on the joke, I think. Yeah. But, hey, Heather, you're going to subject us to more, so thank you. We appreciate the hell out of your torment and the fact that you were supportive and super cool. Like, share, subscribe. You guys know all the drills. We're going to wrap this shizzle up because we have a review roundup to do here shortly. But I extend the grande gracias. I've been Jaime and Fuego.
I'm Marcia Parker.
And until next time, remember, Fright fans, stay scared and out of the water.